Started. Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 2 stream. My name is Adam. I am the community manager of Franchise Hockey. I am back after a week absence. With me as always is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
And we're back to the future with the 2017-2018 Winnipeg Jets. The last time we were here was
no,
what?
go ahead.
The last time we were here was what, 3 weeks ago, I believe?
Yeah, we've done the historical game for the last couple of weeks and didn't exactly return to this in a good way.
No, so we had just got through the preseason, had played a couple games to start, and I figured, you know what, it's early in the season, let's just get some games in, see how things go, and we can see here on how we did on our things. We played 9 games through, we got 5 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss for 11 points. Not a great start, not bad. We won our last game at Arizona by a score of 2-1. We can see True was our number 1 star, Blake Wheeler number 3 star. Everybody's kind of clicking, hitting well, but
just starting to fall into place, and then
we get an email. Mark Scheifele injured. Uh-oh. And Mark Scheifele apparently broke a bone in his elbow and is gone for 9 months.
Yep, so we'll be seeing him sometime next July, which I don't think we're going to be playing at that point.
Well,
and so there goes our number 1 center.
Yeah.
Fortunately, however, we've got a few potential replacements.
Well, let's put him immediately, not on the trade block, not on the scratch player. I want sending him to the injured list. Alright. So we need to make a couple decisions here. Right now we have... Okay, I guess we got Quentin Howden sitting around. So I think
that's a nice thing. We picked him up on waivers after Florida let him go at the start of the season, and we can... That's pretty much fills the empty forward slot. But the big question is, who do we put on the number 1 line now?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. And tell me what you feel. We have typically 3 centermen, or not 3 cent. We have our 3 centers right now, which is Matthews, Little, Copp. Now we also have, who can play center, Kyle Connor and Adam Lowry.
Yep, and Howden can actually play center too, but I'm not sure. We think we want him on the first line. He hasn't even played for us yet.
Yeah. I'm kind of tempted to move Kyle Connor up to the first line as a centerman and throw him into the fire. But I am open to suggestions. What are you thinking, Jeff?
I mean, definitely not a Lowry, but between Little, Matthews, and Connor, I mean, Little and Matthews had pretty much the same season last year, mid-40s points, and Matthews is obviously a lot younger than him, so he's got a lot more upside. Do we want to put him on that first line now, and with all the pressure that's going to be involved there, and hope he doesn't fall apart completely and screw up his development, or do we go with Brian Little for the whole season? I mean, Little is probably as good as he's going to get. His numbers are basically second line numbers. Matthews, if we put him up, I think we're going to get about 60 points out of him. Little 50, 55-ish. Connor's kind of the wild card because he was a rookie too last year, but he's started this season pretty well, and I think whenever we've needed a good game out of him, he's come along pretty well. And he's also, high potential. He's got a lot of room left to develop.
Yeah.
We've got, I think it's between Matthews and Connor.
Okay, well, let's just take a look at Connor's stats here and take a look where his ratings are. So you can see he's still a 19 rated center despite playing the wing for us. His faceoffs are 15.
Decent.
Defending's 13. Physically 11. Not bad by any means. Taking a quick peek at, going back, take a quick peek at Matthews. If I can find his name here.
And pretty similar across the board, really. Faceoffs are the same.
Yeah. A little bit worse defending. Just a little bit. Which makes me think...
The other question is, if we put Connor at center for the whole season, he's going to, after he's been there for a little while, it's going to switch him over back to center as his primary position. And is that going to mess things up a little bit for us depth chart wise down the road? Because I mean, Matthews and Scheifele and Little and or all, three of them are all the three top centers now are all signed for at least a couple more years. And Matthews, we're obviously going to renew when his entry level is done.
Well, we're going to renew Connor too, no matter what.
Yep. I'm just thinking, are we going to wind up with more centers than we need unless something like shove Little over to the right wing?
Well, Little was a very good right winger too, but Kyle Connor's at a 19 and 20, so he's going to take a little while to regress. And frankly,
and the other thing with Connor, Jordan Eberle is stuck on our third line right now with as long as Connor's playing right wing. So Eberle could easily go up to the second line. So it may make a little more sense from that perspective to put Connor into the middle.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do. I think we move Kyle Connor up to number one center.
Yeah, I think so. Switch the position, and move him to the number one line, or the number one center position, and then I'd say maybe give him about 10 games.
Sure, we'll
just see how he's doing after this, and just I'm not advancing the game. I'm watching it all. I've got the copy of your save for the people that are listening, so we'll be able to go back and I can see he had 7 points in 9 games at this point. So we'll see how he does. See how he's looking like 19 to 20 games into the season. And if it's working out, good. If not, we go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, it's Quentin Howden's pretty much good straight across the board. He's a 20 left winger, a 17 center, and a 19 right winger, so he'll play anywhere.
Yeah, so as soon as we put him on the right wing a few games, he's going to be pretty much a natural right wing.
Okay.
So he can go into that. He probably goes into that third line right wing spot, and Eberle bumps up one.
Yeah, and we leave Julien Gauthier down on the fourth line.
Yeah, that's pretty much the least invasive thing we can do for the lines. It's only going to move, what is it, 1, 2, 3 guys?
Yeah. Now we got to figure out redo a power play here. Kyle Connor was on the point, so I guess we move him back up into center.
Either that or let Little play center on the first power play unit and leave him on the point.
Ooh, I like that. Let's do that. Let's get him. Unless we bring somebody else in.
Not seeing an obvious candidate to bring in.
No, but I'm just wondering if maybe...
Well, you mean like pick up somebody via trade or...
Well, maybe, or... one of the problems we're having right now, despite the fact we're only 9 games in, is we're going to have some guys very angry here shortly, and we'll just talk about why. Once we're missing a left wing position on power play 5-on-3, which is interesting. So who should we put there? Let's put Nick Petan.
Little was there on the... Oh, you moved him to the center, that's why. Okay, so...
Let's put Nick Petan there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 5-on-3. It's not like that's going to get used much. Petan can go there. Howden can go there.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Here's part of our problem, which is going to make some guys upset. So Julien Gauthier is 20 years old. Petan's, 22. And we have Andrew Kopp, he's 23. Their minutes in the last game, Julien Gauthier played 9:47, which is more than I expected. Nick Petan played 8 minutes flat.
8 minutes, not great, yeah.
And Andrew Kopp played 12:26, not bad either.
Yeah, Kopp complained a lot last year, if I remember right, but I think you don't think he was getting that many minutes. Although he probably played a little after Scheifele got hurt.
But so far on the season, Julien Gauthier, clicking on him, he's averaged 634 on the ice. So he's not playing a huge amount. So we'll have to watch that and see if we need to do some rebalance lines. Okay, just because we only have 21 guys, do you think we should call somebody up in case we need them?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. We should take a look at what we got in...
Manitoba?
Manitoba, and... I mean, we probably want somebody. He's realistically not going to play a lot, so we don't want to screw up anybody's development. I think we might have to go back to Brendan Lemieux, who played a little bit for us in the playoffs last year.
Wow, we have a lot of defensemen on the Moose.
Yeah, it looks like there's
There's
Yeah,
10
the AI
defensemen
for
with
Manitoba has signed a few guys. Forward Harstad and Stojkovic. Because we've got our 1, 2, 3, the 7 guys we sent down. We may want to maybe move one of our younger guys to the ECHL.
I can move Harstead down, it looks like.
Oh yeah, you've got control of Manitoba, so you could move one of those other guys down. I'm thinking maybe we want to move somebody that we actually got under contract though.
Okay.
Just
I'm gonna send
Poolman who we signed, or
I got a trade offer on Poolman, but I decided not to move him.
yeah, I'm just looking through the stats right now, hovering over them to see who's actually playing in Manitoba right now. It looks like the guys who are sitting out for them are Keiton. Stojkovic has only played a couple of games, and Poolman, the guy we signed in the offseason from college, he's only played once. I think maybe Poolman might be the right guy to send to the ECHL.
All right, we'll send him down too.
His last 5, his game ratings are kind of a train wreck too.
Let's just take a look at Tulsa here real quick. See if there's not many guys. All right, let's maybe look at some free agents then, because I don't see a guy who kind of fits the mold we should have. Do you?
For the extra forward spot, you mean?
Yeah, for Winnipeg.
I was thinking Lemieux.
You thinking Lemieux, even though he's not going to play?
Yeah, I mean, he's already at 3.5 stars out of 3.5. So he's probably got a little bit of room to develop, but it's not going to go a whole lot higher than that.
All right, let's bring Brendan Lemieux up then.
I mean, he's good enough for the NHL now. He's not going to get that much better, so it's not really going to hurt a whole lot to move him up.
All right.
And the other guy would be Chase DeLeo, who's off to a pretty decent start. Looks like in Manitoba, 7 points, 8 games, and played a little for us last year.
Yeah.
And he's also 3.5 stars out of 3.5. So him or Lemieux, one of the two of them.
And we got our first scouting report in, and there's a bunch of guys, which is good. So let's keep moving. Keep our eyes out on waivers too, in case somebody interesting comes up.
Yep.
Cody Hodson is still with Nashville. I'm a little bit surprised by that.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, I was looking at the stats. He had a kind of a bit of a comeback, it looks like, in this game. So probably doing better than he's actually going to do.
Well, that's always a good thing.
And Shea Weber, of course, still in Nashville.
We could
look like he declined a little bit.
We could force that trade if we really wanted to.
What the Canadiens fans want to hear, I'm sure.
All right. So everyone's good and healthy. So we're playing Vancouver. Now, we're at back-to-back games of at Vancouver, at Anaheim. Do we give Connor Hellebuck his first game of the year, or do we let Hutchison go this first game?
Has he not started at all yet?
He has not started at all yet.
Well, one game, yeah, I'd say. I doubt the Canucks are in very good shape, so it's probably a decent game to throw the backup into.
Well, let's just take a look at the Canucks roster here, Jeff, just to maybe rub some salt on the wound.
Do we have to? Okay.
Oh, of course. Let's take a look here. Well, they got...
Actually, looks like Jake Vertonen's turning into a pretty good player. That's good news. Same with Bo Horvat.
John Gilles looks pretty good. Net.
Yeah. Jared McCann's coming along, and oh, great, we traded him in real life to Florida.
Marcus Johansson.
And they've even got a Saban on the team. Looks like Jordan finally made it.
Okay.
PK's little brother.
Good for him. Oh, I'm not...
I mean, this isn't looking too bad for the Canucks. I mean, I expect them to be a lot worse in real life by 2017, so I would be happy if they were this good. They're actually 6-2-1, wow.
Oh, right. They traded Yuri Jokipaka from Mark Stahl. I forgot about that. Great moves. They're not terrible. That's not a bad team at all.
Yep, maybe I need to go back in and fix Jim Benning's ratings in the game.
All right. So we're giving Connor Hellebuck his first game. Well, he did play in another game, I guess I should say, because he came in one of the
Came in
games
as a backup.
Yeah. Do we want to play it, or do we just want to sim through it?
Oh, what the hell? Let's might as well play it.
All right. We'll play action condensed, very fast clock speed, normal play-by-play. See what happens here. If it gets too boring, then we'll just skip through and skip to...
Kind of curious to see how Connor does in the first line.
Oh, so am I. And we're already getting outshot 5-2. Not very happy about that. Matthew takes the puck. Yeah, there was one game through the Sims I saw. I think it was Dustin Byfuglien played 29 minutes and that was not in overtime, which was a surprise. Outshot 10-4 so far.
Yeah, not the greatest start, but at least we're not losing yet.
No. Well, Jeff, I haven't talked to you since, free agency opened. How do you feel about the Canucks moves?
Well, I mean, we got one decent player. I'm surprised for whatever reason, Eriksson wanted to sign with us. So, I mean, he got a pretty good deal out of it, $6 million for 6 years.
Yeah.
So it may be enough to put us into, the sort of Leaf zone where you're not good enough to, or at least usually not good enough to make the playoffs and not bad enough to get the first overall pick, although that changed this year because they've actually got reasonably good management now. But
yeah, it's
I mean, there was that
was not the most regrettable contract given in free agency, that's for sure.
Oh no.
That I'm pretty sure that Andrew Ladd one is gonna hang out in the Islanders in a couple of years.
I know Ladd's always been kind of weird to me. When I remember watching him in junior when he was in Calgary, and he was a really hype prospect. He was playing with Getzlaf.
Yeah.
And Getzlaf got drafted one year, then Ladd was I think a top 2 or 3 prospect a year after that. And I remember going to the games and thinking, there's nothing really special about this guy. Is he just riding Getzlaf coattails? And I saw probably 2 or 3 games like that, and then went back to another one a little later in the season, and it was a completely different guy. He was dominating the game. He looked like Eric Lindros.
Yeah.
Good Eric Lindros before Lindros started getting the concussions. Just, big, physically dominant guy, and then all of a sudden he looked like a legitimate number 1 prospect, but he's always gone back and forth like that.
Austin Matthews just scored to make it 1-0 for us, so hooray. But yeah.
Hooray, but kind of makes us look bad for not putting him on the first line.
Well, he's going to get better matchups there. But yeah, I like Andrew Ladd. I like him as a player, but that's 6 years? He got 6 years and 6...
7 years. 7 years, $38.5 million.
Yeah, that's just a long time for that much money. The more interesting part to me with that was Garceau gives him that, but wouldn't give Kyle Oposko a few million more to stay.
Yeah, different type of player though. If Ladd is the kind of guy that Snow's looking for, I guess it makes sense from his perspective.
Well, I think he could help them win in the next 2 years, but that last half of that contract, he's not going to be much better than a 3rd line or 4th line guy.
And they may need to win right now before everybody gets sick of the crazy sight lines in that arena.
Well, that's another thing too, right? And what did you think about the big hiring today? And Adam Lowry just scored.
Oh, the
2-0.
The Vegas one?
Yes, the Vegas one. Oh, Kyle Connor with the assist.
George McPhee is employed again. Amazing. As a GM.
Yeah. Well, he was employed for a long time with Washington.
Yep, and I mean, I'd say that's pretty much the longest run he's had anywhere. I just remember him in Vancouver being sort of the guy the press would go to for quotes that the team didn't really necessarily want him saying.
Well, that's gonna happen occasionally with him.
But yeah, I mean I think I can see McPhee making a lot of sense in Vegas. He'll get people excited there locally. That's
Well, they said they're planning on giving the team a name and a logo in not too long, and it sure looks like that team is going to be called the Knights, the Las Vegas Knights.
yeah. It was originally people were thinking Black Knights at first, but I guess it's just going to be the Knights now.
Well,
Yeah, I mean it seems kind of generic and not really Las Vegas related, but
well, I found it interesting. The owner was talking at the hiring, and I just saw a clip on one of the sports stations. I don't remember which one of him talking. He said, "Well, the NHL told us not to have anything." Oh, this is good. We have Kyle Connor and Jordan Eberle in the box. 5-on-3. He was talking, and he said the NHL told them not to do anything like casino or gambling related. So I'm like, well, there goes the Aces name.
yeah, I mean you could still do like a Western theme Wranglers or something like that, but yeah, that kind of limits the options, I guess.
Okay, was that the CFL team? What was the
Was that you might have been, I think. Remember the
Las Vegas?
trying to remember all the Vegas teams now, the hockey teams.
Or was that the ECHL?
They were the Outlaws in the ECHL, weren't they?
Las Vegas CFL was the Posse. That's right.
The Posse. Hey, there we go. That's the name.
I would be more than okay if they brought that name back.
No possibility for rude puns whatsoever with that one.
Okay, the Las Vegas Wranglers were the last ECHL team.
Oh, okay. Knew I had heard somewhere.
I just they should just went with like the Las Vegas Romans and gone with like a Caesar motif. That would have been cool.
Yeah, technically sort of gambling related though, so they probably got to stay away from that.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, it's casino related or hotel related.
There we go. Yeah, hospitality industry related.
Yeah.
And we're still up to nothing here, eh?
Yeah. This is the period. It's taken so long. I'm just gonna cement this period. And
yeah, go ahead.
Nick Ehlers just scored.
3-0.
3-0.
Well, as long as we don't collapse here.
Ehlers scored with Little and Wheeler assisting. That had to be on the power play then. We are getting destroyed on shots. Wow. 15-34.
Yeah, Ryan Miller not looking too good for Vancouver, but maybe we should have started Hellebuck sooner.
The Iron Wall.
And another thing, I want to just maybe take a look at the playing times at the end of this game just to see how that worked out.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not getting any crazy results there.
No, there's the fourth line up. Just so. And Simpson left. Andrew Ladd, Austin Matthews, and Jordan Eberle. That is quite the line, actually. And one of the Sedins just scored.
Well, can't blame it on us. We didn't say anything about the shutout until it got broken, so we didn't jinx it.
Daniel scored, assisted by Lucas Sabata and Jordan Subban. Well, you know, when they put 40 shots on net, they're going to score at least once.
Yeah, I think Hellebuck's still looking at number one star here, close to it.
And our fourth line's putting all the pressure on, too, anyways. That's good. Nick Petan scores. All right, Nick Petan. Goal number 2 of the season.
I think that's... Oh, no, that's his second NHL goal. Or no, he had actually, more than that, he's because he...
Assisted by Hedman and Cobb.
Yep, second career goal. Oh, he's got... Oh, okay, now I see now. He's his fifth career goal. He had 3 more 2 seasons ago.
All right, let's take a look at the stats here. Okay, number 1 star, Illinois, by Adam Lowry. 1 goal. Number 2 star, Connor Hellebuck, as he should be.
Yep.
Number 3 star, Nick
39
Petan.
saves. Yeah, Petan got a star even. So how did the minutes look here?
Julien Gauthier, 652. Nick Petan, 832. Andrew Kopp, 741. Not terrible, but would like to get them a little higher.
Yeah, I mean, Petan did pretty good with his 8.5 minutes.
Yeah. Dustin Buffon played 24 minutes. That's fine. Nobody else's minutes are really crazy. Ehlers is a little bit high there for a forward. 21 minutes. But he played 420.
How many, no, he didn't get a weird number of power plays, so that shouldn't have really thrown it off.
He got a lot of short-handed time, though. That's interesting.
Some nice face-off numbers there. All 3 of our top guys are above 500.
We should maybe take Nick Ehlers off the short-handed list. Thoughts?
Yeah, that might be an idea.
And Quentin Howden in his first game with the Jets had 1 block shot, 1 hit, and was 8:35 time.
Yep, Howden might be a candidate for the penalty killing. Actually, I don't think we used him on any of the power play lines.
All right, so let's just
I'd get him a little more ice time, and his defensive numbers are pretty good.
Okay, so it must have been 4-on-4. Nick Ehlers got his time. I mean, he's on the 3rd line on penalty kill. So let's put Quentin Howden out there. Do we want Nick Petan? How about we put Andrew Kopp out there with Austin Matthews on 4-on-4? Thoughts?
And for Ehlers, let's see, don't know if we really need 2 centers there.
Well, that would be 4 centers. our 4-on-4 would be Kopp, Matthews.
Yeah, all 4 of them. Maybe maybe swap Little up to the first spot and put Kopp on the second one with Connor.
Okay, just give me 1 second here. Don't you love when you drop something and you can't find it? And now I'm sure probably making huge amounts of noise.
Nope. You were a little distant from the mic for a second, but it seems okay now.
All right. So I want to do. Sorry, tell me what. Put Little up for Ehlers on 4-on-4, and then do what was that other one?
Yeah, swap them, and then I think move Kopp into the other spot. I mean, it's a 4-on-4, so yeah, they're not going to get used a whole lot.
No. All right, let's finish today then.
Reminds me, actually, we've been doing some work on the interface for FHM3, and we are going to have. Sebastian showed me today. You'll be able to set your 3-on-3 lines properly next version of the game.
Ah, interesting. Good to hear. Anything
especially
else?
For nothing. It was we didn't do anything terribly exciting today. It was we're talking. One thing you can see if you look at our roster screen right now, pretty much everybody on the team is like I think 16 out of 23 guys, or maybe even more than that, are 3.5 stars right now. So we're working today on rescaling the star ratings. So you'll see more like it'll use the whole range of them. Even if you're in the NHL, you'll see 1-star guys, and that'll be sort of the borderline NHLers. And then the bulk of your guys will probably be in the 2 to 4-star range, and then there'll be the really good guys will stand out more at the top end.
Hooray.
But you won't have that big glut of 3.5 star players, which makes guys a little hard to distinguish from each other right now.
All right, that's good to know and hear. We finally
got
have
a nice
some
development report.
Good news. Eric Comrie is finally a 3-star talent. He's been stuck at 2.5 stars
Yeah.
for so long.
The only problem is he's not happy with us right now.
Well, he hasn't been happy for 2 years. We called him up. Oh, Nolan Patrick, let's take a look here, is having a very good start to the season. 27 points in 16 games.
Yeah, not bad. He'll get 100 and something in the dub this year. I'm guessing Brandon's off to a pretty good start with him in the lineup, and I think they had at least one other guy from us too, didn't they?
Stelios Mathos, and he has
Yep.
28 points in 16 games. So he's doing well as well. Should we maybe take a look at that?
Yeah, just take a quick look at the WHL and see what's going on there. It's like our unofficial third farm team.
I want to go to... What? Okay, why am I not seeing it here? Where do I need to click here, Jeff?
The world icon on the right, and then under Canada. A little globe thing inside the house.
Yep. Thank you. I don't know why that was confusing me. And we're in the Western League. So let's take a look at standings.
No, what do you know? They're not even in first.
Oh, they are in this
Or at least they're not in my game. Oh, okay, so yeah, they're close with Saskatoon.
They are 11-5. 11-5 for 22 points, and Saskatoon is 10-5 for 20 points.
So lots of offense, maybe a little suspect defensively.
So it would appear. But good otherwise.
Oh, we've also got Ryan Lindgren on them.
We have Ryan Lindgren on? When did we draft him?
I'm just trying to look it up now. We got him. Oh, we got him on waivers. Carolina, for some reason, waived him, and he still had junior eligibility, so we grabbed him and sent him down.
That's right.
So I'm trying to figure out why they waived him. They may have had contract number problems.
Well, we're good anyways. Poor Brandon has a one-star defenseman. Don't see that very often.
Yeah, he's actually not doing too badly. He's got a few points.
Well, he should with Mathos and Patrick on that team.
True, yeah.
All right, let's get back to our game. And we want to... Oh, we did not switch goalies. Let's make sure we switch goalies back. And we will just see how the Ducks are doing. Ooh, not very well. John Gibson is in net, and he is 1-6.
Yeah, it's a lousy start for them. I'm just looking at the lineup. They still got Getzlav. Still got Corey Perry.
I'm just simming the...
Where's Fowler? Fowler's gone.
That doesn't help. And they scored. And it's 1-0, and they are killing us in shots again. 11-4. Sim to the end of the period. We're catching up in shots.
Oh, here's what happened. That's Fowler. They traded last season. Traded Cam Fowler to Montreal for Lars Eller, Vern Fiddler, and a 6th rounder.
Oh, see, Lars Eller just could not be a Montreal Canadian.
Yeah, and Montreal fans will be pretty happy with that. And I guess he's playing with Saban. Wow.
That's an interesting 1-2 pair.
Yeah, that's... And somehow Andrei Markov is still around too. Montreal, despite that, is somehow 2-6-1. So maybe they do need to make that trade for Weber.
I guess. Well, we're losing 2-0 here, playing in the third. And it looks like it's probably going to be... Oh, no, we just scored. Oh, we just tied it up.
Oh, that was quick.
And they scored. And it's 4-2 all of a sudden. They scored back-to-back. Then we scored 4-3, and we couldn't get back into it. Shots were 34-34. Straight up.
Yeah, it was a defensive struggle for a couple of periods, and just sort of went nuts at the end there.
Yeah. Penalty minutes. 10 penalty minutes for us, for 6 for them. Out-hit them 23-19.
They got us in face-offs pretty badly.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. How did Mr. Kyle Connor do? 6 wins, 10 losses. Ouch. But Austin Matthews was sitting at 6-10 too, so that does not help.
Yeah, Matthews had a pretty good game, it looks like.
6 shots on goal. Yeah, numbers are looking pretty good. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I don't like that.
What?
Nick Ehlers only played 517.
Whoa, what went wrong there? Did he get that?
I'm thinking he got hurt.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bet. Hopefully it's just something small.
Quadriceps soreness, 6 days, it says.
Too bad.
Make sure that has been reaffirmed.
Be a good time to give Lemieux a game, but other than that, we're not going to be hurt too badly by that.
Yes, well.
And we've actually got a few days off now before the Minnesota game. But he may be back healthy completely by the time we get to the game after that.
Yeah. Well, let's... I just took him out of the lineup. I'm going to put Lemieux in, and I think I'm going to put Lemieux... Just slot Lemieux right in on the first line and see what happens.
On the first line?
Yeah, why not? I like.
Now, if we were playing Detroit, that would be the thing to do, but...
14... He's got good stats overall.
Yeah, he's actually developed pretty nicely. I just don't see him getting any much better than this. Maybe a few more points out of it, but he's going to be stuck on that 3.5 stars, I think.
All right, let's do this. We don't believe he's going to be out very long. We're going to just move him straight into everything and see how he does. Trial by fire. Oh, let's see how the board feels about us. Mark Chipman is extremely happy.
Yep, job security, I'm just looking at that. Looks pretty solid too, so we don't have to worry about that for a while. Although if we get a ground exit, we may have to be a little concerned.
I may quit if we have a first round exit. Then again, we already lost our number one center for the year, so.
And the division's looking fairly tough this year.
Yeah.
I think we're, what, about third right now?
Yes, Dallas and Nashville are ahead of us. Although we know
Colorado and Chicago.
Oh, we just got leapfrogged by St. Louis and Chicago as well. And we continue. And take a quick look. All right, Minnesota here.
Minnesota, I think, dead last in the division right now, so.
There was a trade. Loop Hintz for a third-round draft pick. Loop Hintz is an AHL player who's a forward by all counts.
Yeah, looks like he's a rookie.
20 years old. All right. Well, let's play this. Let's not play this game. Let's sim through this game, but I want to see this score here.
Should be a win. Minnesota's not looking too impressive right now.
Thanks for saying that. We lost.
Naturally.
3-2.
Losing a lot of close ones. It's mildly concerning.
Let's see how Brendan Lemieux did. He was -1 with 2 shots on goal, 1 missed shot. Played.
So basically, we lost because of him.
He played .424 power play. I don't think we lost because of him.
I don't think giving him 4 minutes on the power play helped much.
Okay, we had 18 penalty minutes, so I would say that probably did us in. Hedman, Little, Myers, Connor, Little.
The other.
Little, Patan, Dylan. Little was slashing everybody. Hit.
I mean, it's Little wind up with.
A lot, apparently. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties. I'm going to blame that on Brian Little. You take 8 minutes in penalties, you're going to hurt your team a bit. And Michael Hutchison is injured. Perfect. Bruised foot for 3 days. He'll be okay. At worst, he's the backup. And let's see. Nick Ehlers is back, so let's quickly take Brendan Lemieux back out. Get Ehlers back in. And let's put Connor Hellebuck in, as Hutchison's still a little hurt. And see how he does. And we're down 1-0. Very quickly. And we're still getting wickedly outshot. This is concerning to me, Jeff. What do you think? Jeff?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Now you're back.
There we go. Sorry, no, that was on my end. I think something went wrong with the router there for a minute. I'm not sure it's totally back yet.
2-1. All right. Well, if you're not there,
you can still
let me know.
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We're down 2-1, but we're still getting. We were outshot in the first period, but we actually turned the corner, and now we're leading in shots. And I'm just going to sim through.
This is a Dallas game?
Yes. I'm quickly simming, and we did not score. Oh, they scored to go up 3-1 with no time left. And we lose again. Disappointing.
And if anybody happened to say something in chat while I was disconnected for those few seconds, I'm going to need you to repeat it because Adam can't see it right now because of the way he's set up, and I missed it while I was disconnected. So I think we've got a couple of people there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. Not having two monitors is a very different experience again.
Yeah, I finally got a second one a little while ago, and it makes a huge difference.
Yes. What sizes do you have, Jeff? I'm always curious.
For the older one was, I can never remember the exact numbers. So I got to do everything by resolution. What's the... Oh, did I just disconnect myself?
No, you're still here.
Oh, there we go. No, sorry. I saw there was one, your little router thing for some reason spits out errors occasionally, and it started doing it again.
Well, I just
hopefully it stays okay.
Simmed up, and we won a game versus Buffalo.
Finally.
Yes, we finally won another game. Nick Patan only played 444. Other than that, minutes look pretty good. Where are we here?
He isn't upset that yet, though, is he? Don't think so.
Kyle Connor had a great game. Not great on the faceoffs, but neither was anybody else. All right.
Yes, not totally sold on that experiment with him and Freya on the first line yet, but
no, keep it going.
Not too badly. I think it looks like we've got like we're in the middle of a 5-game road trip right now.
Yes, and we have a trade proposal. We can get 25-year-old center Sam Carrick for Darnell Nurse.
Not because we've got Nurse on the trading block right now. Yes. So let's just take a look at the other guy. I don't know that's anybody we want.
He's playing in the ECHL right now, and he looks to be a former Toronto Maple Leaf reject.
And he's on their trading block too.
Yes, I'm thinking no myself.
Actually, it looks like he's played. Oh no, he isn't. He's only played in ECHL this year. Looks like he made it up to the AHL briefly last year, but yeah, other than that, it's 3.5 stars. But
3.5
Don't really
stars with B, so he might only be a 3-star rated guy.
Yeah, and it's in the ECHL at 25, so that's not terribly promising.
I'm going to say reject this trade.
I think so.
Oh, Jordan Eberle is injured. Perfect.
Hopefully nothing too bad.
Bruised hand.
That's
but
all.
He's unhappy because insufficient ice time.
So we're going to have to maybe leave him in. It's only for a couple of days, I think. We'll have. When's our next game? We got Boston tomorrow, so.
Yeah, he can't quite play, so we'll have to take him out of the line.
Yeah, take him out for a game, and
bring Lemieux in.
Ehlers is back now, at least.
Yep. So let's put him in again, right in Eberle's spot.
Maybe give Gauthier a little more playing time, just to see how he does with it.
Okay, let's try that. Let's flip them on the first and second lines, or second and fourth line, and I'll add him to a power play, the second power play unit.
Yep.
Oh, there's a bunch of guys on waivers here. Darcy Kemper, Jay Beagle, Brian Rust. I'm almost tempted to pick up Brian Rust.
Yeah, just looking at his numbers right now, he's been playing fairly regularly in Pittsburgh the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You expect him to have a few more points for his offensive ratings, but I guess he's getting buried down on the fourth line or something.
I would imagine. Thoughts? Yes, no?
Let's see. Right wing, 25 years old, 3.5 stars. So we've already got a whole bunch of guys like that. Not really seeing where he fits on the team. If we had if Eberle's injury had been worse, I would actually put him out for a while. I'd say maybe do it, but
we won't take him there.
Yeah, I don't see any. Always push somebody like Batan down if we play him.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking more for a guy to sit on the bench and not play. And we're simming through to the Boston game, and we 1-7-2. Awesome.
It didn't fall to 500 at least.
Quentin Howden with 3 assists.
Wow.
Dustin
That's
Dufflin,
looking like a
2
pretty
goals,
good pickup.
1 assist. Adam Lowry with a goal and assist. We out-hit. We outshot. Everything you want. Old man
pretty nice all the way through.
Still playing.
Wow. About 40 by now.
He is, yeah. Surprise. All right, so taking a look at the numbers.
He's actually having a pretty good year, too.
Yeah, Kyle Connor.
Although he was minus 27 last year, that's slightly less impressive.
Julian Gauthier thrived a little bit more, had an assist, and was a +2. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, he responded really well to that. +2.
Kyle Connor played 25 minutes, had 1 assist, 3 shots on goal, 3 block shots.
Pretty ugly 5 minutes for Brendan Lemieux there.
2. Yeah.
It's actually game rating of 39. It's real difficult to get a game rating that low in that little amount of playing time.
524. Yeah,
Nick Batan's pretty ugly too. Oh, they must not have had a really bad shifts.
Huh. Malcolm Subban's the backup in Boston right now too. Subban takeover. And Josh Morrissey is injured. Oh man. Please.
He's hurt?
He's a light injury. He'll be fine to play.
Getting a lot of injuries, but at least they're not, other than the Scheifele one, not too bad so far. But I think this is definitely more than we were getting hurt last year.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby was also hurt. Better take a look, see. 3 weeks. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, by Crosby standards.
Yeah, Brooks Orpik is gone on the move to the Blues for Ivan Barbashev. That looks like a terrible deal. On behalf of on behalf
Yeah,
of
that's
St. Louis.
not sure what St. Louis is thinking there. They really need a veteran that badly.
I guess. I don't know. All right.
Although Barbashev hasn't exactly been a huge breakout guy for him yet. Played almost all last season, had 9 points.
Brendan Lemieux is scratched. We're going to bring Jordan Eberle back in. Move Gauthier down to the 4th line, but I'm going to keep him on my power play unit. He seemed to do well enough there.
Yeah, big body to put in front of the net.
I'll leave Eberle on the 5-on-3. And we'll fast forward here again. And see how we do going.
And we've got next Nashville.
Yep. And we lost 5-2 to Nashville.
We put a little streak together yet.
No, we're just hanging on, just staying above 500. Shea Weber, goal and 2 assists for Nashville. Not. Brendan Dillon has not had a great year for us so far. We might have to readdress that.
Might want to maybe give Nurse a couple of games in there on defense.
Yeah. And just taking a quick look. Otherwise, numbers are all actually not bad, except for Julien Gauthier. Did he get hurt? He only played 345.
Yeah, that's even, unless you did something, took him off his main line when you were changing it.
No, I moved him back down to the 4th, I believe.
Yeah, but you left him on the power play. You should have gotten more time than that. It looks okay, though.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Not sure what happened with him there. Maybe double check the lines to make sure they're okay.
I just did a quick look. 5 shifts only. Weird. Let's check here. All right.
So the rest of the forward line seems to have played a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah. Let's take Darnell Nurse and dress.
Didn't have any penalties, so he wasn't sitting out like a misconduct or anything. Huh. Hutchinson's got a little injury.
Yeah, he had that before. Hellebuck's coming back in. And we continue to move on. Oh, wow. Malkin is now hurt, so the Penguins don't have Crosby or Malkin.
Or Malkin, yeah, good luck.
Perfect time to play them. Morris, he's still hurt, but he's 88%. He'll be fine. And we're playing the Ducks again, so let's play this game. And maybe that'll probably be it for the night. Thoughts so far?
Yep, maybe after we've done this one, just take a look at what Connor's numbers look like. And now, I think he's, played 7 or 8 on the first line now?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds good.
Yeah, it'll be 8 games after this one. Maybe just take a look at the whole team too to see how the scoring looks like, because we haven't checked that in a little while yet.
That's probably a good idea.
I don't think, I saw, last I looked, Morrissey's numbers were way off so far, but not sure how the rest of the defense is doing.
Well, Morrissey played so well last year. He was due for a
Yeah, we
fall.
kind of fell back a little bit. Although it looks like he's still got a little bit of room to develop. He's 3.5 out of 4 stars still.
Yeah. And they just scored to go up 1-0 on their second or fourth shot of the game. So a little ways to go here yet. Talked about
Not great considering they're probably one of the worst teams in the league right now, but
yeah. Oh, it's okay. We'll keep plugging away. I feel like there's other big hockey news we were supposed to talk about, but I can't remember what it was.
McPhee in Vegas, new name, free agent signings, trades.
Oh, that was one. How about the Leafs goaltending switch with Anaheim?
Oh, trading Bernier.
Yeah.
It's the Leafs goaltending. They'll have a new one in a year.
That's just a bit of a head scratcher, that one. Maybe signing the guy to a 5-year deal too was. I get you need a goalie. I really do, but for a guy who's unproven with another team, and I mean, yeah, he's somewhat proven. He's just not a proven number one goalie. Just makes you scratch your head a little bit. And they just John.
Although I said Toronto's got a little bit of. I mean, people are going to be still not expecting. Well, I mean, there's going to be people in Toronto who want the playoffs in every season, but
Yeah.
you still got a little bit of room before the pressure really gets heavy on them, because everybody's going to be wanting to see how Matthews does in this first year. The focus will be on him.
Yeah. Well, it's. I think it's probably good for the league if Toronto doesn't do well. I mean that in a nice way.
I mean, that's pretty much a nightmare scenario if they do well, because we're going to have the Raptors doing well, the Jays doing well, and the Leafs doing well, and there'll be absolutely nothing else on the Canadian sports channels.
No, pretty much. It's bad enough right now. Although sitting here and watching the CFL game earlier, it looks like people in Toronto forgot to go. So.
Oh, they're not even. Did they not fill up the new stadium? The soccer stadium, at least.
It looked like there was about 200 people there. Now there's probably like a couple thousand, but there was not.
That's bad though, because they had a good crowd the first night, and the Argos aren't looking too bad this year.
Yeah, somebody said that there was maybe some traffic issues getting there, but I mean that.
Yeah, they're right downtown.
Not a very good crowd for a football game. And we have 2 guys in the box, and we're down 2-0. Both guys will be out shortly, but we did not have a very good first period there, Jeff. And we're really going to need to pick that up.
Although we did give him a few power plays, and we didn't have any.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back in 2 weeks again with the 2017-2018 Winnipeg Jets. Continuing this, because next week we'll be back to the historical game again.
Yep, going to be in the 88 or the off season prior to 81-82, which is a pretty fun season. So we'll be coming up on the draft, see if we can get a decent forward this time. Maybe we got Paul Coffey and Dave Babbage in the first round last year.
We should just draft all the defensemen. Every defenseman. Well, we'll just line up 18 defensemen.
6 first rounders. There we go. Just put them all on the blue line and start the trap 15 years early.
Exactly. Who was big coming out that year? 80, 81.
That was Howard Chuck's draft year.
Okay. Well, then I know who we would want, but we're probably not going to be able to get because we have too high of a draft pick, don't we? Or too low of a
draft pick. I think we're drafting 5th or 6th. So, trying to think who there. There was McInnes's year, Ron Francis's year. Then it drops off a little bit after that. James Patrick's in there, Tony Tanti. So we're going to get somebody that I'm not sure we're going to get a blue chip first liner on it. But
it's 4-0. Wow.
Against one of the worst teams in the league. Okay, this is not going well. We're going to have to do some thinking, I think, when we get back to this in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, maybe a little bit more and see if we somehow turn it around. But
Yeah, and let's check. I remember check Connor's stats at the end of this game. Maybe we need to rethink that experiment.
yeah.
Give Matthews some time on the first line, maybe.
So Howard Chuck. We should trade up for Howard Chuck.
Just because he should be in Winnipeg.
Exactly. Well, he got moved for. He should have never been nodded Winnipeg Jet. Let's be honest here. He got moved because of a bad GM.
Who'd you trade him for again? I'm trying to remember.
Phil Housley came in that deal.
Housley, right.
There was a few other pieces, but Quentin Howden just scored, making it 4-1 for us.
Broke the shutout.
Yeah. But nobody else really big in that deal is coming. Probably another Russian. That was Smith's deal. That. Oh, good. Morrissey got injured, but he stays in the game. So he's double injured now. He'll be really useful.
So we're going to be, what, 8-7-1 after this, I think?
I think we are 8-7-1. I think this will move us to 500. I'm going to speed through this a bit because I can't.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get back in this one.
We're going to move the play-by-play speed up to very fast. And it's 5-1. Oh, man. Normal, sim, end period. And they scored again. It is 6-1. Wow. We lost 6-1. Nick Patan is now lost for 3 weeks with a broken thumb. Josh Morrissey is out for 3 weeks with a fractured rib.
Oh, man. Okay. So we're ending this pretty much the same way we started it. Yep. Not quite as bad injury-wise, but still isn't very good news.
I'm going to send both those guys to the injured list to make sure they get healthy.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks, so they're going to be, doesn't matter. It's going to be over 15 days regardless.
All right. We're going to have I'm going to have some work to do before we come back. But let's take a quick look here at Kyle Connor. So he
had 7 points in 9 games before we started him on the first line. So what's he done since then?
He has 13 points.
So 6 points in 8 games.
Yeah.
It's not terrible numbers, but not fantastic.
Yeah, I'll try and get us through to, this little bit into December maybe, and we'll see how he's doing there. Maybe he'll pick up a little bit.
The one nice thing for center, he's obviously focusing on playmaking. 5 goals, 26 assists first season, 2 goals, 11 now.
Yeah.
So he's getting about, 5 assists for every goal he scores?
Yeah. So he's learning. He's coming along. All right. Well, I think that about wraps up our stream for tonight. Jeff, do we have anything else we need to add, or should we look at
just to mention that the Out of the Park Baseball, since they didn't do a broadcast tonight, the annual All-Star sale is still on, I believe, for the rest of this week, or...
I thought it was over.
Oh, it was yesterday?
I thought it ended at the end of the baseball.
May have ended with the All-Star game. Okay, well, forget that I said that then.
I think that's it. Yes, I believe it was. But thank you very much for tuning in to our Franchise Hockey Manager 2 broadcast. We stream this game weekly with almost always myself, Adam, the community manager of Franchise Hockey, and FHM producer Jeff. You can catch us on our Twitch stream, which is twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. OOTP Developments. And we are on 10 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, usually following the Out of the Park Baseball stream. If you did not catch this stream live and you're watching it on YouTube right now, then you know our YouTube channel is youtube.com/OOTP Developments, where all of our streams are archived. You can also talk to us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. Our Twitter handle is @Franchise Hockey, where we discuss all things hockey, all things franchise hockey, whatever you want to talk about, let us know. If you have questions about the game, you want to talk to more people in the community, you should by all means come to our website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Jeff, did I forget anything?
No, I think we got pretty much everything covered there. So we will be back next week. It'll be the 81-82 Jets. Slowly progressing. We got blown out in the first round of the playoffs last year. But we didn't have the best matchup against the best team in the league. So maybe we'll get a little higher next time.
Yeah. So let's get that draft and get some free agents and see if we can continue to help turn around that team.
It's 81. I don't know how many free agents we're going to get, but we'll draft some guys.
We'll find somebody.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, and have a good week.